Good morning. We're on the record. Good morning again. As chairperson of the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board for the District of Columbia, and in accordance with DC Code Section 2-571(h) of the Open Meetings Act, OMA, I'm welcoming you to the regular scheduled meeting of the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board. This meeting is being conducted pursuant to guidance made available by the District of Columbia's Office of Open Government regarding electronic meetings held by public bodies. Electronic meetings by the ABC Board are authorized pursuant to Section 2-577A of the DC Code. Pursuant to the OMA requirements, notice of today's meeting was provided 48 hours in advance of the meeting on ABCA's website and on the district central meeting calendar. The notice includes the time, date, agenda, and call-in or login information for public participation. This electronic meeting has been hosted by a WebEx account provided by the District of Columbia government. Please address any questions or complaints to the OOG at opengovoffice@dc.gov. My name is Donovan Anderson. I'm chairperson of the board. I would like to introduce the other members of the ABC board who are also participating electronically. Please respond when I announce your names. Ms. Terry Janine Quinn. You're on mute, Ms.
Terry Janine Quinn.
Mr. David Meadows.
Good morning, Mr. David Meadows, present.
Mr. Ryan Jones.
Good morning, Mr. Ryan Jones.
The board has 4 members in attendance for the conduct of business today, and that constitutes a quorum. Before we get underway with today's hearing calendar, I need to make a few instructions very clear so that the conduct of these hearings is understood by everyone. There are 10 cases scheduled on our calendar for today. Once your case is called, I will take a moment for IT specialists to elevate the rights for each party to enable their camera and a microphone. Then and only then will you have the ability to enable your equipment. If your case has not been heard, you'll remain mute and your camera will be disabled. At the conclusion of each case, the parties will have the option to leave. If the party chooses to stay, all cameras and microphones for the concluded case will be disabled. Should you have any questions or require technical assistance during the hearing, please submit them using the question and answer feature. Our first matter this morning, it's a protest hearing status. It's case number 25PRO00099 Bunker, license number 122706. Good morning, Mr. Oriana. Can you please elevate the rights of the licensee and the protestant?
Good morning. Cameron Mixon, access elevated. Matt Fay, access elevated. That appears to be all, Chairman.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Mixon. Can you identify yourself for the record, please?
Yes, good morning. Cameron Mixon, counsel for the applicant, CAMERON MIXON.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Fay, could you please identify yourself for the record by spelling and stating your name?
Good morning, Chair. Matt Fay, MATTF, as in Frank, AY, Commissioner 1B01, Secretary to the Commission on behalf of Commission ANC 1B.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Mixon, are there any preliminary matters you need to bring to the attention of the board?
No preliminary matters.
Mr. Fay, any preliminary matters for you, on your side, sir?
I don't believe so, other than we did request a change in the protest hearing date as we work toward a resolution, but I can provide that as my regular update.
Oh, that's fine. Well, this matter is scheduled for a protest hearing on January 7th at 1:30 p.m. Is this this is to renew a license, and so if the parties believe that this matter is can and will be settled, you can just mutually file a motion to ask the board to move the date for the hearing. And as again, because it's a renewal, the board will have will not prevent the sides from continuing this matter if they believe that this case can be settled. Go ahead.
We have requested through ABCA Legal a continuance so that we can reach a settlement agreement and approve it at our January commission meeting, which is scheduled for the day after our current date of January 7th. and we are working together hard to try to reach a settlement agreement. So the council has already weighed in and agreed with that request for continuation. So I think we're making progress.
Oh, that's fine. So all the information I have here is that it's scheduled for the 7th, but as per the representation, the parties believe that this matter will be settled. And so, since the parties believe that this matter will be settled, good luck in your settlement discussions. And if it's not settled, then it will be rescheduled to a date to be determined. So, have a good holiday season. And when I say to people, I hope I don't see you in the new year, it's because I don't see people socially. It's always an issue when I see you. So if I don't see you I know I'm going to see Mr. Mixon. He just can't help himself. But you, Mr. Fay, I hope I don't see you. And if I don't see you, it means that you guys have been successful in resolving this matter. Okay.
Very good. A happy holiday to you as well.
All right. Thank you. You take care. All right then. Bye bye. All right, the next case on our calendar is case number 25 PRO 00101, 12 stories, license number 112109. Ms. Oriana, can you please elevate the rights of the parties in this case?
Sure thing. Matthew Menora, access elevated. And that appears to be all term.
And there's no one from ANC 6D there?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the ANC actually submitted a letter withdrawing their protest, maybe right before Thanksgiving. So I just think it probably hasn't made its way through the system yet.
Oh, I was not aware. So so what I'm going to do, because I don't, do you have a copy of that letter, Mr. Menora?
I do.
Can you send it to our legal office, because I don't want to dismiss this hearing. Not that I don't have confidence in your representation,
Oh,
but
sure.
you understand.
No, I sent it to Ms. Goodwin just yesterday evening as a follow-up.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna continue this case until, and then once we hold on 1 minute, please. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. I'm All right, so I'll continue this case for 1 week, and to address that, and to address whether or not this matter has been continued, dismissed by the ANC. Okay, thank you for your representation, though, Mr. Menora,
Absolutely.
and have a happy holiday season. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Then the next case in our calendar is case number 25 PRO 00098, trade license number 99229. I believe, Mr. Mr. Oriana, can you please elevate the protestant in this case, please?
Sure thing. Joe Florio, access elevated. And Todd Stinkins, access elevated. That is all term.
Thank you. Mr. Sinkins, can you please come on camera? If you're able to, please. All right, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Menora, can you please spell and state your name for the record?
Sure. Matthew Menora, Matthew. My last name is Minora, and we're ABC licensed counsel for the applicant.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Floria, you're representing ANC2F. Can you please identify yourself for the record by spelling and stating your name, sir?
Yes, Joe Florio, Commissioner for ANC 2F03, JOEFLORIO.
Thank you. And I just want to alert you, so you're here representing ANC 2F.
2F,
correct?
yes.
Right. I know that when ANC commissioners come, they say they're from ANC 2F01 or 2F02, but I just want to remind them you're not representing your single member district. You're representing the ANC when you show up in front of the board, okay? All right.
Understood.
Mr. Sinkins, can you please spell and state your name for the record, and who do you represent, sir? You need to unmute yourself, sir. I cannot hear you, sir. I still can't hear you, sir. I don't know what's going on. You're unmuted, but I don't know what's going on. Do you want to, Mr. Oriana, can you provide him some assistance, please?
Yeah. I'll chat with you. Not sure if he sees my chat, but if you click the down caret or up caret next to mute, check what available option there is for microphone to see if maybe we could try a different source. Or if you have a, yeah.
Yes, sir, I can hear you. All right, sir,
Sorry about that.
Can you please identify yourself for the record, sir?
Yeah, my name is Todd Sinkins. It's spelled TODD SINKINS. I serve as counsel for the Protestants, the group of Protestants residing in the Wilson condominium.
All right, so you represent a group of 5 or more, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
All right, fine. Mr. Menor, are there any preliminary matters you wish to bring to the attention of the board?
Just that we've received a sound study from the condo association, or the condo residents, excuse me. We believe that it's actually helpful, showing that the music's not the issue, it's just unamplified human voices that are potentially still at issue. We've been in touch with Mr. Florio about a potential amendment to the settlement agreement to resolve this. We're not quite there yet. And actually was in contact with Mr. Florio this morning about potentially having all 3 groups get together for another mediation before the protest hearing to try to just work out the final issues and maybe break the logjam.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Florio, any representation you wish to make, sir?
None at this time, although I do agree that another mediation hearing would be helpful.
All right, Mr. Sinkins, any
Yeah,
representation?
Simply that we're still engaged in discussions with the applicant regarding conditions under which the parties could reach agreement. We're not quite there yet. Also, I am submitting a petition to reschedule the protest hearing, as I'm going to be on the West Coast on the date of the proposed or the scheduled protest hearing. So I expect to file that this week.
Well, I think, sir, that you need to talk to the licensee and the ANC, and if the parties jointly agree, it's a renewal. If the parties jointly agree to continue the hearing, then the board will not stand in the way of continuing the hearing. And also, as an FYI, you represent a group of 5 or more, and if a settlement is reached between the ANC and the applicant, then your protest will fall as a matter of law, just as an FYI. Okay.
Understood.
So the parties should, if you're unavailable, I think the parties should get together and decide whether or not they're agreeable to continue this matter. And we will, if you want the agent to schedule another mediation, we'll ensure that another mediation is scheduled, a formal mediation is scheduled through our agency. Okay, so I'll make sure that the agency reach out to schedule another mediation. Okay,
That sounds good.
so it appears that so I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to give any instructions. I'll just ask the agency to schedule another mediation, and we'll see if this matter can be settled. And if it cannot be settled, if the parties agree to mutually continue the hearing from January 14th, then the agency will accommodate the schedule of the parties. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. All right. The next case in our calendar is Shokas here in status case number 25 CMP 00071 space DC license number 1242237. Mr. Oriana, can you please elevate the rights of the government and the licensee in this case?
Sure thing. Sophia Matus, access elevated, and that appears to be all, Chairman.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Matus. Can you please identify yourself for the record by spelling and stating your name?
Good morning, Assistant Attorney General Sophia Mitas on behalf of the district.
I see that the licensee is not here today. However, in Shokas hearing status, there is no requirement that the licensee appear. If this matter is not settled, it is then scheduled for a Shokas hearing on January 7th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. I would like to remind the parties that 7 days prior to the hearing, the parties are required to disclose documents and witnesses they will rely upon at the hearing. Failure by either side to disclose the documents and or witnesses 7 days prior to the hearing, the board is empowered to prevent that side from moving forward with documents and witnesses that have not been disclosed timely. Thank you very much. Have a great day. All right. The next case on our calendar is case number 25-251-00018 Flash, license number 90823. Mr. Oriana, can you please elevate the licensee in this case?
Sure thing. Afton Motagi, access elevated. That is all, Chairman.
Thank you. Ms. Mitas, good morning again, can you please identify yourself for the record?
Good morning, Assistant Attorney General Sophia Mitas appearing on behalf of the district.
Good morning. Mr. Motagi, can you please spell and state your name and identify yourself for the record, sir?
My name is Afshin Motagi. That's spelled A-F-S-H-I-N. Last name is M-O-T-T-A-G-H-I. I'm here representing Flash.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Ms. Mitas, are there any preliminary matters in this case?
No, none on behalf of the district.
Okay. Mr. Motagi, any preliminary matters you want to bring to the attention of the board, sir?
No, sir.
All right, fine. Then this matter is scheduled for a show cause hearing on January 7th at 10:30 a.m. I'll remind the parties that 7 days before the hearing, the parties are required to disclose documents and witnesses that they will rely upon at the hearing. And what that means is that the parties need to provide the other side with a copy of their witnesses and their documents, and also provide ABCA Legal with a copy of the witnesses and documents that they rely upon. Failure by either side to disclose the documents timely the board is empowered to prevent that side from moving forward with documents and or witnesses that have not been disclosed timely. Any questions, Ms. Meadus?
No, Chairperson.
Mr. Mataki, any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. All right. Have a great day and happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, the next case on our calendar is case number 25 CMP 00044, Tipsy Lounge and Restaurant, license number 11141. This case has been rescheduled to February 4th at 10:30 a.m. The next case on the calendar is case number 25 CC 00009, Chesapeake Big Market, license number 117463. This matter has been rescheduled to January 28th, at 1:30 p.m. The next matter on our case is case number 25 ULC 00074, Snacks DC, license Snacks DC. This is an unlicensed cannabis retailer. This matter has been rescheduled to a date to be determined. The next case on our calendar, the fact-finding here in case number 25251 00026, Power Nightclub Lounge Restaurant, license number 104228. Mr. Oriana, can you please elevate the parties in this case?
Sure thing. Abeba Bayene, access elevated. David Augustine, access elevated. And investigator Lakita Coates, access elevated. That is our turn.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let me have the parties identify themselves for the record. Let's start with I'll wait until she comes back. All right, I'll start with you, officer. You're a detective. Let me give me your title, sir, so I don't want to not address you correctly. Augustine, what's your title, sir?
No worries. Yes, Director. Thank you. We've had hearings back in the past when I was part of the 3rd District. So I appreciate you having me here. My name is David Augustine. I'm a captain with the Metropolitan Police Department. I'm currently serving at the 5th District. And thank you.
Good morning, Captain Augustine. All right, Miss Coates, I think you need to change your background. So, but can you, in the interim, can you identify yourself for the record, ma'am? You need to unmute yourself.
Yes, good morning. I'm not sure what happened to my background, but I'll change it back. But good morning, Investigator Coates with ABRA.
Spell and state your, give me your full name, ma'am, by spelling and stating your name.
Certainly, Lakita, LAKETA, Coates, COATES.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Miss Bine, can you please spell and state your name for the record?
Abeba Bayene, first name A-B-E-B-A, last name B-E-Y-E-N-E.
And what is your relationship to the establishment, ma'am?
I'm the owner of the establishment.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is a fact-finding hearing, and I just want to inform everyone. It's a fact-finding hearing. At a fact-finding hearing, the parties are not under oath. The board is just gathering facts. At a fact-finding hearing, the board cannot order a party to take any specific action. The party, however, can volunteer to take certain actions. At the end of the fact-finding hearing, the options of the board, they can either say no further action is needed, or they can the board can decide to forward this matter to the Attorney General's office for them to determine if any laws have been violated to bring a show cause hearing matter against the establishment. And so this is a fact-finding hearing was requested by MPD. And so I'll just start off with you, Captain Augustine. Why did Chief Smith requested that a show cause hearing, I'm sorry, that the board hold a fact-finding hearing regarding this establishment?
Specifically, offenses that occurred over the last year and a half at the Power nightclub. I will start with the latest one, which happened on November 2nd, 2025 at 1:49 in the morning. While our units and our federal partners were in the area patrolling, they heard gunshots. We were also notified through our shot spotter technology of gunshots in the area, and we received calls for service. Upon responding there, we found five victims shot, which we believe were patrons nightclub, and we also found hundreds of patrons fleeing, distraught patrons fleeing from that location. With all those patrons too, we also believe were all associated with the nightclub. The owner was she was actually on scene of the shooting. She was helpful with facilitating interviews and getting video. However, we do believe that while doing so, she was under the influence of either narcotics or alcohol and or both, which is clearly not only, you have 5 people shot, which is very significant, or even one person shot, very significant, but add to the owner that's on scene that's supposed to be in control of the club being under the influence. There's clearly no control of what's going on in the club. And that leads me to my next or our next issue that we have. And this was on October 3rd, 2024. So just a little over a year ago. And I think it's important to note that the club Power is not consistently open. It's been kind of touch and go here and there sporadically. So to have all these significant incidents in a short amount of time is very concerning. So on October 3rd, 2024, just over a year ago, we were notified about some activity, some illegal narcotic activity that was going on inside Power nightclub. Our investigators, along with ABCA, went over to investigate. We were originally denied access to that. After gaining access and after gaining a search warrant, we ended up recovering 62 pounds of marijuana, THC waxes, THC edibles, and 3 firearms. Additionally, another firearm was recovered from a vehicle in the parking lot. As you know, and as I've sat in front of this board before to testify, marijuana or illegal narcotic sales are obviously connected to violent crime. And as I've said in front of this board before with a club that was in the 600 block of T Street Northwest, we had a same issue where that actually turned into a violent shooting, where we had a shooting inside that location. So I think that's a very notable offense that should be considered in the along with the shooting that we just had. And then in July of 2024, so 5 months right before that, we had 28 shell casings recovered, and the 26th at Channing, which is right outside the nightclub. So another shooting incident, more guns involved. We believe this was actually, the owner was very helpful with us again. But she also noted that these patrons, before the gunshots, there was fights going on inside the location or around the location. That's how we were able to connect that incident with, again, the Power nightclub. So within a year and a half, 3 very violent crimes associated with firearms. We have 5 people shot. We have a separate incident with 28 shell casings outside the nightclub. And in the middle of all that, we have this gigantic, and I use gigantic for a reason, because this was very significant. The amount of illegal narcotic sales, or that party that she was having, also was related to 4 firearms. So should something have happened, number one, if it was lawful, if there was no sense of violence or even perceived violence, what would be the need for people within their conducting these sales to have weapons? On top of that, we did an analysis for 2024, and between January 1st, 2024, December 31st, 2024, within 1,500 feet of the nightclub, we've had 28 calls for service. We've had 3 shooting type incidents. We've had 4, actually, I'll take that back. We've had, for violent crime, 2 assaults with dangerous weapons. We've had 4 robberies. We've had 1 burglary, 109 theft from autos, 13 other thefts, and 19 motor vehicle stolen. And in 2025, we did the same analysis. And again, we had another 2 assault with a dangerous weapons, which even with the 5 people shot, that's classified as 1 incident. 4 robberies, 49 theft from autos, and we saw a clear decrease just because the club was shut down. And then another 3 thefts and another 17 vehicles within that area. Do I put that all in the nightclub? No, but that nightclub seems to be, every time they're open, we see the crime in that area increase. And that's what brings Chief Smith's concern and my Commander Sean Rooney's concern that this nightclub, that she does not have control of her nightclub, it's not being secured properly. They're not taking the necessary actions to invite a crowd and a business that's productive to the community around it. It's actually doing just the opposite and creating a grave, and I say grave, danger for everybody around it. If you have, that's all I have, unless you have any other questions.
So let me ask you a question. What steps, if any, do you believe that the establishment could have taken? And I thank you for the background, but this hearing is specifically on this last incident.
Yeah.
So what steps do you believe the nightclub could have taken or should have taken to minimize what occurred there that night?
The obvious, I would say, is weapons abatement. There's clearly not good weapons abatement going on. Obviously, I think there's a lack of security going on. I would say there's a lack of calling MPD before something even happens. I would say there's a lack of communication with MPD that they're even having an event. I think, and even more notably than that, we have an owner on the scene that has a past of history going on in that club that appears to be intoxicated. If you're intoxicated, on top of everything else going on, you clearly do not have control, all right, of what's going on with the staff. And that's a grave danger, again, to the patrons in the neighborhood surrounding it.
Now, does this, and I'm not sure what's going on with RDOs currently in the city, but does this establishment have RDO?
They are not required to have an RDO. And I'll be honest with you, I know we've talked about this in the past when I've testified about, there was an option to always have RDOs and mandate them, and the Metropolitan Police Department could fulfill that. Right now, due to the critical low staffing the Metropolitan has and the amount of overtime that we currently have, not only at our district, but other districts related to current events, related to short staffing, I don't feel confident that if an RDO was in place, that we'd be able to sit there and staff it, even if it was mandated.
So I know that ideally you think closing the establishment would maybe solve the problem, but short of that, what recommendations, if any? And I believe that this establishment might be changing their business model. So, but that's not the purpose of this hearing. So they might be changing their business model. So, but if short of taking the license away, what recommendations, if any, can you provide to the board?
So, and Chairman, please don't take this as any disrespect to anybody on the board. But again, I think the burden is being put on MPD to recommend what the business needs. But she owns the business. She is conducting business. She's creating revenue from this. She has chosen to run the business as she has done. So I guess my question would be, what does she think that we need? It can't be just MPD with cops on dots or putting cops here, cops there. Is what kind of business model is she running? And I kind of go back to the Adams Morgan. And Adams Morgan, they had a bid up there. They had a lot of investment from their community and specifically the business community to shift the culture in that neighborhood and to prevent a lot of the violence that was happening. And then we were a cog in that, but we weren't the lead in that. And I think this needs to happen again with this is, yes, we could sit there and say we need a couple officers there. I can't guarantee I can give the officers, but right now she's running a business model where obviously armed individuals and people that are willing to sell illicit narcotics feels comfortable coming to her business. And I think that's our biggest problem with that. So yes, I don't know if there's anything else that can be done, or I would recommend short of taking her license away, because this is not just one incident. This is not just one off. We totally understand, and having a history with nightlife, that things do happen, and clubs and businesses that take all the precautions, that one-offs we can discuss, we can reflect, and we can find a different way. But this isn't a one-off. This is a consistent behavior every time this business is open.
Have you been able to identify any suspect or suspects in this
I do
incident?
have some good news. I don't know if it's made public yet, but yesterday we were able to sit there and arrest one person connected to the November 2nd incident. So we have charged that person with 3 counts of aggravated assault and introducing a firearm in a crime of violence.
Was this establishment cooperative in providing videos to the MPD?
Yes, I will sit there and say that, and I've even talked to her. She's delightful to talk on the phone. She's responsive, all right, and so I don't think that there's an issue providing what we need. The issue is we would rather not be at that position of having to provide it. We'd rather have everything not happen. Just as you said earlier to the folks before us, me saying I don't want to see you, or I hope I don't see you before the holidays or before the next holiday. All right, I don't mean that in a negative way, but I'd rather not be the whole point of, hey, is she cooperative? Yes, I'll give her that, and I have no qualms with that. But it's how do we not get there?
All right, thank you. Any questions by any board members? No? All right. Thank you, Captain Augustine. Let me have Ms. Coates. I'll have her then provide an overview. And Ms. Beignet, I will you can ask questions, and I'll ask you to state your position as and then you'll state your position, and then we can just have questions asked. So Ms. Coates, can you tell us from your perspective what occurred from
Good morning.
ABCA's perspective?
Absolutely. Good morning. So on November the 2nd, 2025, at approximately 2 a.m., we received notification that a shooting had occurred at Power nightclub located at 2335 Bladensburg Road. The incident resulted in 5 patrons being shot, 3 males and 2 females. All were transported to area hospitals. MPD arrived on the scene with the task force and located the victims. Once they located the victims, when we got on the scene, we requested video footage. We were allowed to view the video footage with MPD detectives. From our standpoint, we did not see anything come, any ABRA violations while watching the video footage. The video footage that I reviewed showed the incident occurred up the street. When talking to Miss Mimi, we know the club owner as Mimi. When talking to Miss Mimi, she said that earlier in the day the crowd kept growing and she had called MPD several times for assistance. Somebody showed up, but they didn't offer much assistance. I guess the car came past, stopped, and then went on. Ultimately, she was outside at the end of the night because this happened on daylight saving time weekend. So once knowing what the time was and the status of the club, she made a decision to go ahead and shut down the club. Miss Mimi was actually at the door with the staff, security, with the clickers and the counters. Once she made the decision to close the club early, she noticed a truck or some kind of vehicle pulling inside of her parking lot. So when she went to investigate this unknown vehicle, that's when, from her perspective, she heard the shots. Her and several, I don't know if they were patrons or pedestrians on the street, but several folks went running from the area that they heard the gunshot. Miss Mimi fell on her way in, but somebody on staff did call 911 and they did try to provide assistance. Again, when we reviewed the footage, we were allowed access to the cameras while on site. We were allowed to interview security managers, and the staff on site. Again, after reviewing the footage, we did not find any ABRA violations. The security plan that they have on file was followed from ABRA's perspective.
All right, so let me ask you a question. How many cameras does this establishment have?
16.
And how many camera footage did you see?
I reviewed. I'm sorry. Six cameras.
So what happened to the other 10? What happened to the other 10? Why didn't you review footage from the other 10?
The camera footages that I reviewed actually were from the outside and several on the inside. I got the footage that appeared to be relevant to the case.
Okay. So you don't think that if you had,
Or the angles. I'm sorry, the angles that were relevant.
so you don't believe that if you had seen the additional 10 cameras, if that would shine in a light whether or not this incident occurred or could have been prevented by the establishment based on something that occurred inside?
While on scene, we actually looked at the monitor and you could see the camera angles. And so being able to see the different monitors, you could see the 16 monitors. And so we selected which cameras gave the best vantage point.
Now, was this a regular? I mean, do you know what was going on at the establishment this night? Was this a regular? Was this a regular event, or was there a special party? What type of event was going on at the establishment?
So this event happened on Halloween weekend. However, the event was from Miss Mimi. It was targeted towards Howard University students. However, there was no formal contract, but it was supposed to be a Halloween party targeted towards Howard University students. However, I did do more research online and I saw a promoter that did not have anything related to Howard on their flyer. It just said they were having a party at Power, a Halloween party at Power, but it did not say Howard University or did not have any bison or anything related to Howard University on the flyer.
Are you familiar? Is the promoter? Is ABCA familiar with this promoter?
This is a new promoter that has recently come on the radar of ABRA via MPD.
Let me ask you a question. Are you aware of any other incidents with this specific promoter?
Yes, sir.
And just generally, what type of incidents? Is it similar, or what is it that you're aware of regarding this promoter?
I am aware of an incident that occurred the night before across the street at another establishment. It was similar, however, it did not result in any it didn't result in any gunshots. However, there were multiple fights and assaults that occurred with this promoter, and it was similar to Power with the overcrowding and blocking the roadway. Underage, I'm sorry, not underage. When I say underage, under 21, but over 18. So targeted towards 18 and older youth. So yeah, that's how he, or I'm sorry, let me start again. The promoter came to us because of MPD. MPD got them on their radar because this particular promoter has been known to target underage kids, and they've been closed and shut down in Maryland. And so I believe the weekend from MPD to us that whatever party or function that they were going to have in Maryland got canceled, so they came to DC. There was an event that happened at Power on Friday night. I'm not privy to everything that happened on Friday night. However, the event with that particular promoter happened on Friday night, and that again was an 18 and older club that was chaos and unorganized. So then on Saturday, Power had an event hosted, from what I found, by the same promoter, and I found it to be I guess, the youth overran in the street, kind of similar to what we saw on Friday.
Uh, was the establishment cooperative in your investigation?
Yes, extremely cooperative.
And you stated that you didn't observe any ABCA violation. Is that correct?
I did not.
All right. All right. Does any member of the board have any questions for Investigator Coates? Go ahead, Mr. Meadows.
Good morning, Ms. Coates.
Morning.
You mentioned the event across the street. Was that across Bladensburg, or was that down on the same side of Bladensburg that power is located?
It is across the street. It is across Bladensburg. I believe it's 24th Place. It's now called. Should I go any further with the names and stuff?
You can go ahead, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
The name of the establishment is Republic. It is the old Bliss. That is across the street.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to get it in my mind. And so, can you name the promoter?
They have it listed as Rain, but in a different case, I have a different name of the promoter.
Is it R-A-Y-N-E?
No.
R-A-I-N-E?
RAIN.
Okay.
Is what I see online. However, I do have a copy of a contract with the promoter. It was supposed to be the same promoter. However, it's on another case.
And what issues did you find with that promoter in Maryland? What was their issues?
What I know, because I didn't do the research myself, but from MPD that they had their parties or functions canceled or shut down due to underage drinking.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Jim.
Any other questions by any of the board members? Captain Augustine, do you have any questions of the investigator?
I don't, but I do want to sit there and note if we're referring to the security plan that developed by Power Nightclub on May 18th, 2019, I would not agree that she was in compliance with that because it sits there and specifically states, I believe it is number, let me see here, number 6, procedure preventing patron intoxication. All Power Nightclub personnel, including security staff, bar tables, and wait, will observe patrons through that. We obviously have intoxicated people, and she was intoxicated herself, so I would not agree that she was in compliance with the security plan. And yes, the promoter, we were aware for the Republic Hall. We were able to sit there and develop information that we were able to put an intelligence product together and sit there and alert our resources along with ABCA prior to that. And the issues that we did have, God only knows how bad that would have been if we didn't have a heads up and get there when we got there. So yes, that promoter is an issue. And if I'm not mistaken, talking with the owner of Power Nightclub, I think this is the same issue that we had with the not to get off topic, and I apologize if you can just indulge me for a second, with the illegal narcotics sale party, was she was dealing with a promoter that I don't think she truly knew and understood what the promoter was doing. And if she did, then I think it's even worse. But dealing with promoters, I don't think she's fully aware of what they're bringing to her club. And that's an issue.
All right, Miss. All right, okay. Any question? All right, Miss Benny, from your perspective, can you share with us what do you want to share with the board?
Yes, sir. First of all, what I wanted to say to the captain in front of the board, I have never had alcohol. I have never taken drugs. I have never tasted alcohol, even a wine, in my entire life. I've never been drunk. I've never taken alcohol. That's surrendering my name. Anyone who knows me, including ABRA investigators, I have never ever, that's against my religion. Never tasted alcohol, never tasted drug. in my entire life. Anyone who knows me knows that. The entire city knows that. And that's something I wanted to explain to the board. Never been intoxicated, never had alcohol.
So, so what are the hours of operation of your establishment, ma'am?
Okay, I have more to say, but my hour of operation is 2 p.m. to 3 a.m. on the weekends, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. on weekdays.
So when did this incident occur, and what were the hours? Were this extended hours? I don't know. I'm just asking.
No,
So
I opened 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. I closed 1:42.
so when did this incident occur?
Okay, to start from the beginning. This is also for I want to address it to the captain. Number one, from the time I opened from 10 p.m. to 1:42, I called MPD 8 times. 8 times. In fact, all my calls are asking, I need a police presence, not because I'm expecting shooting, but because the crowd is keep growing. I'm begging on the phone, please send, we need police present. What I was scared of at that moment, because I'm always at the door, because the traffic is fast, car drive up and down fast, so people are on the street doing all type of things, and I wanted to prevent. It's recorded. When I call, I keep telling the operators, I don't want somebody to get hit by a car. That's recorded. You can be able to get it from MPD. 8 times from my phone, I actually submit that as a evidence to the investigator. I call 8 times just to have a police present for that night. Nobody came. No one came. So when I opened that night, it's a Halloween event. It was a Halloween weekend. We opened around 1:40, exactly 1:42, because I looked down my time. I said to my 2 female securities, I said, let's break it down, meaning the crowd, the metal thing we put for the crowd. I told both of them, let's break it down, we're closing. So one of my security told me, we're going 1 hour back. I said, it doesn't matter, we're gonna close. So when they were cleaning up, I see a car, pickup truck, you can see it on camera as well, pull up and came inside the parking lot. So when I saw that, because it's a closing time, and that's just how I am, I'm very curious, and I watch everything what goes on, and I'm sober, and I walk to the car and just stand by this. You can see me on camera. I'm just standing when these people come out of the car to let them know we're closed. So I'm standing. The pickup truck is in the parking lot. I'm looking at it. I can't see them because it's dark. Right in that moment, I hear shooting to the right side of the building. This is past the building, past there's ice cream truck, past 2-3 cars. I can hear it. So when I hear, in fact, when I run myself, I was running towards my establishment. I fell and hurt myself. So I had to go to emergency room at the end of the night after I I gave the video, I assist the MPD, I assist ABRA. Right after, I went straight to ER because I hurt my head. I hit my head on the street. So that's what happened. That's what the shooting took place. What I saw, right, once I'm reviewing the tape with the investigators, I'm looking at it, a gold car, I don't know the make of it, a gold car pull up about 3, 4, 5 minutes prior to that, pull up, and the driver did not come out. He sat in the car. Okay, this is from the video I watched. He sat in the car, and the passenger came out and start shooting. That's also on the video clearly. These are not people who came into my establishment. These are people who did drive by. And it's clearly, if you review the tape, you can see it, because I reviewed the tape with MPD, I reviewed the tape with ABCA, I reviewed the tape with ATF.
So what type of, you said it was a Halloween event. So who's this promoter, and what was?
Yeah, like the captain said, we can't open regularly anymore because the area is not safe anymore. Promoters don't want to do parties in that neighborhood. Doesn't matter if I'm open or I'm closed, there's always crime. There's always shooting. There's always robbery. There is always carjacking. There's always car breaking. It's always unfortunately, I've been there for 9 years. The past 3.5 years is been to the point I'm scared for myself. Security has to escort me out of the building. And the sad part of that is MPD. If again, I can provide MPD how many times I call, when I call, how I call, what I say, because they're not cooperative. Some days it takes 15, 20 minutes to pick up the phone. This is fact. I do everything according to the rule. Everything. I don't serve underage. I don't. Every single thing I do in that establishment is according to ABRA rules and regulation. But what takes place outside, I cannot be able to control that by myself. What do you do when you see something? I'm one of those people. I am always alert. I'm watching. I'm from the time I open until I close, I'm standing at the door with my securities. Any movement, anything I see, I call police in order to prevent this type of situation from taking place. From between 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., I called 8 times from my phone. My security manager called. My waitress called. There was one time a police cruiser just passed me by, past the club. He didn't even look towards the club.
So what is it that what's the solution? I mean, you have a license. There are these events occurring. I guess let me ask you a question. Have you worked with this promoter before? How did you get in contact with this promoter?
Yes, sir, there's several promoters in DC. 99% of them, they don't come near Bladensburg Road. Simply, if I call today right now and ask the promoter to do an event, the first thing they will tell you is, "Oh, my clientele will not come near that area." You know why? Because of number one, the number one thing is car braking. Okay, this is recorded. In fact, they don't even just brake cars on the street; they brake cars inside private parking. I had MPD standing at the door. I said, "Officer, can you see these people? They're braking cars across from you. Across from you." And the MPD said to me, the police officer, if I have to mention the name, I can mention a name. I said, "Officer, can you see them? They're braking cars across from you by the metro." The officer said to me, "I'm waiting for backup." By the time that officer is waiting for backup, they broke the entire, at least 20, 30 cars. But a police officer is standing right in my door. I'm not blaming this into anybody. That area, unfortunately, I've been there for 9 years. I did everything I'm supposed to do according to the book, according to DC law. Have I made mistakes? Yes, there was a mistake made a couple of years ago that the captain tried to bring that up. When it comes to this case, I did everything I'm supposed to do, including letting MPD know before somebody get hit by a car, please come and show your presence. Nothing happened inside. I'm gonna say this. It might be annoying. I have never had alcohol. I have never tasted any type of drug in my entire life. It's against my religion. I was not intoxicated. Under anyone you can ask, all the investigators I brought, anybody in Washington D.C. Everybody knows me being sober 24 hours a day. So that's damaging my name.
What's the occupancy of your establishment?
299.
And do you know how many approximately people were there that night?
For me, I'm always at the door. Like I said, I have one clicker on this side. I show it to the investigator. I have another clicker on this side. Everybody who comes in, I click it on this. People come and go. When they leave, I click it on this. I have always have two clicker. So the minute it gets to 250, unless somebody comes out of the building, I don't let anybody in. That's why if you see the videos, I stop letting people in. I tell security, stop. Because I don't go over capacity. I don't get close to capacity for safety reason.
So how many security guards did you have working at the establishment that night?
That night I have 8, and one his assistant. He basically watch videos. He sit in the office, watch videos. That's a number 9. What he does, any movement. Okay, this is something I learned from the past. I've been in the business for a long time. Any movement you see on video, the slightest movement can be big. So I always have somebody watching the videos.
All right. Any questions by the board members? Captain, do you have any questions of the owner?
I do not, but I will sit there and say if this does go to a show cause and there is need to review, I do have the calls for service for that night. There were only 3 specifically from Mimi. All right. And it's actually documented that when you call, you don't call the police department, you call the OUC. and I have all the notes of what was said or what was translated within the notes, and we'd be happy to produce them. I don't think it paints as clear of a picture as what she was saying, that there was abundance of non-policing. And I'd also encourage her that if she doesn't feel the Metropolitan Police Department is conducting themselves in an appropriate manner when she calls, that she does have she has my phone number. All right, I know she has my phone number because we've spoken over the phone. And she also has the mechanism to file a complaint. And then I also can sit there through the OAG's office, because unless you guys want to do it here, I can clearly show that when her club is open, crime in the neighborhood does go up. So I do believe that it's her club that is causing the crime to come to the neighborhood, not the neighborhood bringing the crime to her club.
All right. I'm going to I don't have any other questions for any other parties. So, Miss Benny, well, I'll have you.
Yeah, I wanted to address a few things after. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
No, you're gonna get the last word. So I think that we're at the end. So what is it that you want to say, ma'am?
I'm glad the captain said it's recorded, and I'm aware of that. Those 8 calls specifically say what I just said. Please, please, sometimes I'm begging you. I use a word, I am begging you. Send the police. I need a police presence. I'm not accusing MPD, what they do, what they that's not my job to do, but my job is to let the board know what I do when it comes to my establishment, how I conduct my business, and when I feel like something about to happen, the smallest thing, everybody knows that the smallest thing happens, I'm calling 911. Sometimes it might be annoying for the operators. I call 911 before something big happens. In the same time, what I wanted to address is also not only just because of the crime in that area, because of the neighborhood being is getting worse by the day, for my own safety. On the top of that, because no promoters want to come near that area because of the business, like the captain said, I can't open regularly because nobody wants to come. I'm in the process of, I'm sure ABCA is aware of it. I'm in the process of changing the business because of a lack of business, because of the crime in the neighborhood. I just wanted to address that.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to bring this matter to closure. Captain, thank you for your representation today. As Miss Bene stated, she's changed her business model. I don't know how quickly that will occur, and I'm not sure how that will impact what's going on in the neighborhood based on the changing of the business model. And we'll see. So thank you for being here today and your representation. Thank you, Ms. Bene, for being here today and your representation. And as I stated, the board will take this matter under advisement. The board will either state that there's no further action, or based on what's presented today, the board will forward this matter to the Office of the Attorney General for them to determine if any violations have occurred, to have a show cause matter in this matter. Okay, so thank you very much for being here today, and happy holidays to everyone. All right, thank you. Have a great day. So that was the last hearing for the morning. So let's now move to our afternoon calendar. The case on our afternoon calendar, case number 25 PRO 00026, the point license number 111655. This was a protest hearing. This matter has been rescheduled to January 28th at 1:30 p.m. And so that's the end of our calendar for the day. So now let us now do our legal agenda, medical cannabis. On the legal agenda, medical cannabis, there are 5 matters on this agenda. I will review all 5, and at the end, I will ask the ABC board to vote to approve the recommendations that's put forth by the chair. So number 1, it's review of an offer in compromise. This is in case number 25 ULC 00045. This is Potomac Hemp. The offer in compromise is with the landlord. And the offer in compromise in this matter, number 1, property owner affirms that it has received affirmative confirmation that DeLorean 88 LLC, owner of Potomac Hemp, acknowledges the termination of its lease and intention to vacate the premises as evidenced by Exhibit A. Number 2, property owner acknowledges that it is responsible for returning any property owned by DeLorean 88 LLC that remains in the premises and over which DeLorean 88 LLC has a legal right of return. Number 3, property owner agrees to not lease the premises to DeLorean 88 LLC or its successor companies or any unlicensed cannabis establishments at any time in the future. Number 4, property owner agrees to notify ABCA when it has leased the premises to a new tenant to provide the identity of the new tenant, including the business name and owner. Number 5, property owner agrees that this matter constitutes a violation of DC Code Section 7-1671.08F and any future violations of DC Code Section 7-1671.08F may be grounds for the board to issue property owner a fine of up to $10,000 under DC Code Section 7-1675.01B. Property owner agrees to waive the notice requirements as forth in DC Code Section 7-1675.01A with respect to the incident matter. Number 6, the current summary closure shall remain in effect until ABCA makes the keys to the premises available to property owner for pickup at its office or at another mutually agreed upon time and location. And the recommendation that I will make to the board is that we approve this offer in compromise. Number 2, review of protest on ANC 6B's motion to continue protest hearing. This is in case number 25 PRO 00091, license number 129362. This is AHOLA, and the recommendation to the board is to deny that motion. Number 3, review of final rulemaking on medical cannabis modernization rulemaking, and the recommendation is approval. Number 4, review of final rulemaking on signs and advertisement. The recommendations of approval. And number 5, review of final rulemaking on testing and remediation, and the recommendation is approval. I therefore make a motion that ABC board members vote to approve the recommendations as put forth by the chair for the legal agenda medical cannabis that were just read. Is there a second?
Ms. Quinn, I second.
Ms. Quinn, I second the motion. We have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
And Mr. Ennis, I agree. The matter passes 4-0. We now move to our legal agenda medical cannabis addendum. And the first matter on this, one and only matter on this agenda, it's an offer in compromise in case number 25 ULC 0061 and case number 25 ULC 00065. This is Tobacco King. And the offer in compromise for this case is as follows. Number one, beneficial owners of respondents agree that all current and future business entities operating in the District of Columbia, of which they are personally listed as beneficial owners in the records of the District of Columbia Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection, shall be subject to paragraphs 2 and 5 of this offer in compromise. Number two, products not to be offered, exchanged, or sold. Respondents, beneficial owners, and additional covered establishments agree to not sell the following products at the premises, online, or at any other location, District of Columbia: flavored tobacco, cannabis, and cannabis products, including all cannabinoids, hemp, CBD, tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, THC-A, and THC, without a medical cannabis retail license. Number three, kratom, and for any Schedule I substance, including psychedelic mushrooms and DMT. Number three, respondent TKDC agrees to pay a $10,000 fine for violating DC Code Section 7-1671.08F within 90 days of the board's order approving this offer in compromise. If the fine is not paid in full within 90 days of the board's order, the establishment located at 1718 14th Street Northwest shall be summarily closed and padlocked pending payment. B. Respondent TK934 Inc. agrees to pay a fine of $10,000 for violating DC Code Section 7-1671.08F within 90 days of the board's order approving this offer in compromise. If the fine is not paid in full within 90 days of the board's order, the establishment located at 934 Rhode Island Avenue Northeast shall be summarily closed and padlocked pending payment. Number four, inspection. Respondent and beneficial owners agree to allow ABCA investigators to inspect the entire premises of each covered establishment during those hours that it is open to the public to verify that the establishment is not selling these products listed in paragraph 2. Number five, lifting of summary closure. The current summary closure of 1718 14th Street Northwest, which is 25-ULC 00061, shall be lifted upon the board's order approving the offer in compromise. ABCA shall make the keys to the premises available to TKDC Inc. for pickup at its offices or at another mutually agreed upon date and location. B. The current summary closure of 934 Rhode Island Avenue Northeast, which is case number 25 ULC 00065, shall be lifted upon the board's order approving this offer in compromise. ABCA shall make the keys to the premises available to TKDC 934 Inc. for pickup at its office or at another mutually agreed upon time, date, and location. I therefore make a motion that the offer in compromise be accepted. Is there a second?
Mr. Meadows, I second the motion.
Mr. Meadows, I second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn?
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows?
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. We now move to our legal agenda, alcohol. On our legal agenda, alcohol, there are 10 matters on this agenda. I'll review all 10, make recommendations, and at the end, I'll ask that ABC board members to approve the recommendations as put forth by the chair. Number one, review of a settlement agreement dated November 14th, 2025 by and between Advisory Neighborhood Commission 2E, the Citizens Association of Georgetown, Susan L. Rutledge, and Cottage House Ethiopian Cuisine, license number 133399, recommendation approval. Number two, review of motion to dismiss Advisory Neighborhood Commission 2B's protest dated November 11, 2025. This is in case number 25 PRO 00096 Heath, license number 105012. The recommendation is to deny. Number 3, review of motion to withdraw Advisory Neighborhood Commission's 1B's protest dated November 21st, 2025. This is in case number 25 PRO 00117 Spark Social House, license number 134059, recommendation approval. Number 4, review of motion to reinstate dismiss application dated November 20th, 2025. This is Addie's Love Soul Food Restaurant. This is in case number 25 PRO 000107, license number 128106, recommendation approval. Number 5, review of public comment residence dated November 18th, 2025. This is an Ace Lounge, license number 125919. This is an FYI for the board. Number 6, review of public comment owner dated November 19th, 2025. This is in Ironworks LLC. No trade name. The license number is 114937. This is also a recommendation FYI. Number 7, review of request to reinstate canceled license dated November 21st, 2025. This is for Dolce Galati Cafe, license number 098384, recommendation approval. Number 8, review of request to reinstate canceled license dated November 21st, 2025. This is Macon Bistro, license number 117011, recommendation approval. Number 9, review of request to reinstate canceled license dated November 5th, 2025. This is D-Light Cafe, license number 119298, recommendation approval. And number 10, review of letter of support extending moratorium. This is ANC from ANC 3B. This is the Glover Park moratorium recommendation. This is an FYI to the board. I therefore make a motion that ABC board members vote to approve the recommendation as put forth by the chair for the legal agenda alcohol. Is there a second?
Mr. Jones, I second the motion.
Mr. Jones has seconded the motion. We have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. We now move to our legal agenda alcohol addendum. And there is one matter on this addendum, which is a review of a settlement agreement dated November 20th, 2025, by and between Advisory Neighborhood Commission 2F and Barcelona Wine Bar, license number 089785. I make a motion that we approve this agreement. Is there a second?
Ms. Quinn, I second.
Ms. Quinn, I second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0.
4-0.
4-0, I apologize. 4-0. Thank you, Mr. Jones. So now let's move to our licensing agenda. The first matter is the first agenda we're going to go. It's the licensing agenda. On the licensing agenda, there are 12 applications. I'll review all 12, and then I'll make a recommendation. I'll make recommendations, and I will make a motion that the ABC board members vote to approve the recommendations as put forth by the chair. And number 1, review application for class change from Retailer C Restaurant to Retailer C Tavern. This is Problem Child, license number 121740. Recommendation placard. Number 2, review application for entertainment endorsement inside the premises. This is for Carla Harrington and Rock Fine and Rare, license number 132434, recommendation placard. Number 3, review request to increase the total occupancy load of the premises from 38 to 69. This is Asafu's Palace, license number 112748, recommendation placard. Number 4, review application for change of hours for summer garden only. This is Dirty Water, license number 125771, recommendation placard. Number 5, review application for game or scale license and endorsement for placement of up to 5 approved terminals offered by District Edge by Pace-O-Matic. This is for San Antonio Bar and Grill 3, license number 0795223, recommendation approval. Number 6, review application for game of skill license and endorsement for placement of up to 5 approved terminals offering District Edge by Pace-O-Matic. This is for Parathon Restaurant and Chevy Chase Lounge, license number 013995, recommendation approval. Number 7, review application for game of skill license and endorsement for placement of up to 5 approved terminals offering District Edge by Pace-O-Matic. This is Hewitt Ethiopian Restaurant Market and Dream Lounge, license number 100297, recommendation approval. Number 8, review request to increase the total occupancy load of the establishment from 199 to 244 in accordance with the certificate of occupancy. This is Bracio Atlantico, Floria Atlantico, license number 131191, recommendation placard. Number 9, review request to correct the premises address to 1066 Wisconsin Avenue, removing 1064 as part of the address. This is for Bracero Atlantico, Florencia Atlantico, license number 131191, recommendation approval. Number 10, review application for change of hours to open earlier. This is Rodman's Discount Liquors, license number 120765, recommendation approval. Number 11, review application for the off-premise storage permit, endorsement to store unopened alcoholic beverage inventory off-site at Made to Measure Cocktails. This is for La Vie, license number 106046, recommendation approval. And number 12, review application for an off-site storage permit endorsement to store unopened alcoholic beverage inventory off-site at Made to Measure Cocktails. The request has been made by Kin Folk Southern Kitchen, license number 124085, recommendation approval. I therefore make a motion that the ABC board members vote to approve the recommendation as put forth by the chair for the alcohol licensing agenda. Is there a second?
Mr. Meadows, I second.
Mr. Meadows, I second the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn?
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows?
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. Let's do the alcohol licensing supplemental licensing agenda. On this agenda, there are 2 requests. Number 1, review request for temporary operating retail permit, TORP. This is for Death Punch, Shabu Plus, and Shibuya Eatery, license number 134614, recommendation approval. And number 2, review request for approval to provide a gift of tequila mixer giveaway that doesn't exceed $500 in value to various licensed retail establishments. The request has been made by Breakthrough Beverage, license number 124554, recommendation approval. I therefore make a motion that ABC board members vote to approve the recommendations as put forth by the chair for the supplemental licensing agenda. Is there a second?
Mr. Jones, I second the motion.
Mr. Jones, I second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn?
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows?
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. We now move to our cancellation agenda. The ABC board will be canceling the following licenses for the reasons outlined below. Karaoke Cowboy, license number 117277. The license requested cancellation. I make a motion that ABC board cancels this license. Is there a second?
Ms. Quinn, I second.
Ms. Quinn, I second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. We now move to the vacate cease and desist orders agenda. The ABC board is vacating the following orders to cease and desist previously issued on November 19th, 2025. Seoul Mexican Grill license number 092192. The licensee repaid the renewal fee on November 19th, 2025. I therefore make a motion that ABC board vacate the cease and desist order for this establishment. Is there a second?
Mr. Meadows, I second.
Mr. Meadows, I second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. We now move to our cease and desist agenda. The ABC board will be issuing orders to cease and desist the following licenses for the reasons outlined below. S&M Sports Lounge, license number 129610. The licensee did not renew. I make a motion that ABC board issue a cease and desist order to this establishment. Is there a second?
Mr. Jones, I second the motion.
Mr. Jones, I second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. We now move to the board's temporary license and one-day substantial docket. On this docket, there are 15 establishments, 15 applications. I'll review the 15 and then I'll make recommendations. At the end, I'll ask that ABC board members vote to approve the recommendation as put forth by the chair. Number 1, a request from Tim Weendon, a one-day license class G fundraiser. This is December 5th. The license number is 134567. 75 attendees, 2 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 2, a request from James Mavikes, Mavrikes, for one-day license class G fundraiser, January the 11th. License number is 1346. 80 attendees, 2 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 3, a request from DAA SO for one-day license class G wedding reception. This is 12/5 to 12/6. The license number is 134583. 60 attendees, 1 security guard. Recommendation approval. Number 4, request from Millicent Hawkins, one-day license class G birthday celebration, December 6th. License number is 134608. 100 attendees, 2 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 5, a request from Michael Smith, one-day license class G birthday celebration, December 12th. License number is 134609. 250 attendees, 3 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 6, a request from Miller McDaniel, one-day license class G fundraiser, December 31st. License number 134599. 75 attendees, 3 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 7, request from Susan Jennifer, one-day license class G reception, December 6th. License number 134622. 175 attendees, 4 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 8, a request from Steve Bilodas, One-day license class G conference, December 3rd. License number 134632. 75 attendees, 4 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 9, a request from Lucas Umana, UMANA, one-day license class G Christmas event, December 13th. License number is 134648. 1,000 attendees, 20 security guards. Recommendation approval. Number 10, a request from Ili DC, one-day substantial change for holiday party, nature of substantial change, use license off premises at Fire Pit. This is December the 11th. The license number is 118113. Substantial change license 25 SC 01296. Recommendation approval. Number 11, a request from the consortium, a one-day substantial change holiday party. Substantial change extend hours for holiday party, December 13th. The license number is 130329. Substantial change license 25 SC 01306. Recommendation approval. Number 12, another request from the consortium, one-day substantial change holiday party. Nature of substantial change extend hours for holiday party. This is December 19th. License number is 130329. Substantial change license 25 SC 01307. Recommendation approval. Number 13, another request from the consortium, one-day substantial change, holiday party, nature of substantial change, extended hours for holiday party. December 6th, license number 130329. License number is 25 SC 01310. Recommendation approval. Number 14, Barry Bonds and Rudd, one-day substantial change, tasting, nature of substantial change, use license off premises at 888 17th Street Northwest. This is December 9th. The license number is 131402, nature of the substantial change license 25 SC 01310. Recommendation approval. Number 15 is a retroactive event, a request from Lobby Bar, one-day substantial change, Eastern Market Festival, nature of substantial change, request to use a license off premises at Holiday Market at Eastern Market. This was on November 28th. The license number was 131153. Substantial change license is 25 SC 01292. Recommendation, retroactive administrative approval. So I therefore make a motion that the ABC board member vote to affirm the recommendation that's put forth by the chair for the board's temporary license and one-day substantial change docket. Is there a second?
Mr. Jones, I second the motion.
Mr. Jones has seconded the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. And let's move to the medical cannabis licensing agenda. There's one application on this agenda. Number 1, review of standard application for a retailer license with delivery endorsement to add educational tasting endorsement. This is for Lifted Labs, license number 129325. I make a motion that we approve this matter. Is there a second?
Mr. Meadows, I second the motion.
Mr. Meadows, I second the motion. We now have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson. The matter passes 4-0. And now we move to the last application, our last agenda for the morning, for the day, and it is the board's administrative docket. On this docket, there are 21 applications. And so without objection, I make a motion that the ABC board members vote to approve the alcohol license administrative docket for December 3rd, 2025. Is there a second?
Ms. Quinn, I agree. I'm sorry.
Ms. Quinn and Mr. Jones have seconded the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Ms. Quinn.
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0. And we're now at the end of our agendas for the day. And if there's no further business, I'll adjourn for the day. All right. As chairperson of the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board for the District of Columbia, and in accordance with Title III, Chapter 405, Office of Open Government, I move that ABC Board hold a closed meeting on December 4th for the purpose of discussing and hearing reports concerning ongoing or planned investigations for alleged criminal or civil misconduct or violations of law or regulations, and seeking legal advice from our legal counsel on the board's investigative agenda, legal agenda, and licensing agenda for December 4th for December 4th. Is there a second?
Yes,
Mr.
I
Meadows,
second.
I second.
Mr. Jones, Mr. Meadows, Ms. Quinn has seconded the motion. I'll now take a roll call vote on the motion before us now that it has been seconded by the entire board. Ms. Quinn,
Ms. Quinn, I agree.
Mr. Meadows,
Mr. Meadows, I agree.
Mr. Jones,
Mr. Jones, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. As the matter has passed 4-0, I hereby give notice that ABC Board will hold this closed meeting pursuant to the Open Meetings Act. Notice will also be posted on the ABC Board Hearing Room Bulletin Board, placed on electronic calendar and ABCA's website, and published in the DC Register in as timely a manner as practical. We're now adjourned for the day. We'd like to thank all members of the public who participated in our hearings today, and also our board members who participated in our hearings today. I now direct all board members to return to executive session for further action. Good afternoon. Thank you.